In the January of 1992, some months after my journey to Ife, I was in the bathroom in my apartment in Abeokuta when I heard what seemed like an audible voice saying, "And I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision." The voice was so loud and so clear that I had to open the bathroom door to look around if anyone was outside the bedroom door, though I was the only one at home. Afterwards, I heard that same voice again, "And I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision." But this time, it wasn't audible, but I heard it deep inside my spirit. And I heard the voice repeating over and over again, "And I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision." I asked myself, what heavenly vision am I disobeying? Then the Lord made me to understand that I was actually struggling in making deliberate moves towards the direction He was pointing me to maritally. At that point, I understood what He was talking about. I seriously was finding it difficult convincing myself to go propose to Toyin again. That will be the 4th time in 4 years. I just couldn't go through another disappointing rejection from her again. Also, I didn't want to hurt Toyin's feelings again in any way. I cherished our friendship so much that I didn't want any wrong move to tamper with it again. God knew that I would rather go talk to someone else than go through this path again, despite the feeling and love I have for her too. And so I told God also that I was not going to be disobedient to the heavenly vision that He has pronounced that Toyin was to be my life partner. I promised God that I will go to her and make a final attempt of proposing, even if she still goes ahead to give me a no as a response. I was confused in knowing the strategy to adopt in proposing to her this time around. I was not sure that I would be able to explain to her convincingly why I was coming back to propose. After due consideration, I decided to write a long mail instead of proposing to her verbally. I did not set out to write a long epistle, but I ended up doing so. I wrote Toyin a 6-page foolscap sheet letter. I had to take time to explain to her why I was coming back again. I asked Toyin if she still think about the two of us, considering the fact that we are now more matured than when I first proposed 4 years ago. I made Toyin to understand that we may need to search our hearts and compare notes for the last time. If she feels that there is still no way for us both as future partners, I will take it in good faith and move on finally with my life. I just wanted her to talk to me as a friend and let me know exactly what the Lord has been telling her about the two of us. I took time to pour out my heart in the write-up and sent it to her afterwards. Days after, I was sure that she would have taken time to read through the letter thoroughly. I went to see Toyin at home in Abeokuta and asked if she got my long letter. She acknowledged the receipt of the mail. When I asked her for a response, she said she did not have a response for me. I asked if she meant that she does not have a response for me as at that moment, or that she would not at any time have a response for me. For the first time, I heard her say, "I don't have a response for you for now." It was a total departure from what I have had severally in the past. Toyin then added that she will want to pray about it, and when she is sure of what God will have her do, then she will come to my house to give me a verdict. Toyin later told me after we've married that from that last moment I came to Ife, God had been telling her about me. He told her that I am about to make a comeback and that she should be prepared for me. This was what prompted her telling me that she will go pray about my proposal and then come give me her feedback. Toyin said that when she went to God to pray about my proposal, she poured her heart to him. Her fears was about what people will say. And of course, what people that knew that we are close are already saying. How will she convince her family that of all the men on the surface of the earth, it was this one-legged man that she has chosen to marry? In the course of this period of waiting on the Lord, to show her what his will was as regard the two of us, God gave her a vision in a dream. She saw herself in a very massive estate, and a tour guide was taking her around the estate and pointing out the mansions and the amenities there to her. Toyin said at a point, she asked the guide who the owner of all the properties and the infrastructures was, and she was told that they all belonged to a single man. Then Toyin asked the guide how that man would be able to cope with the management of all the resources. And she told the guide that the man must really need a lot of help and assistance. While this was going on, they both got to a parked car, and the owner of the car was seated at the steering. The guide introduced the man to Toyin as the owner of the whole estate and all the resources therein. When the man came out of the car, behold, he had no legs. When Toyin woke up, she was perfectly sure of the will of God for her. She knew the man she would marry would be great in life. She knew that she would be going into the life of that man as God's sent help. Lastly, she knew that the man that she would marry would have some physical challenges. As promised, Toyin came to my house 9th of April 1992 to give me a response to my proposal. When I asked her what the verdict was, she replied, if it were other times, I would have still said no. But this time around, I've come to say yes. I had become so used to getting no's from Toyin that when she said yes, I actually thought I had no. I told myself, she said no, but I think I had a yes somewhere in her statement. I was confused, so I had to crave her indulgence to repeat what she said. She repeated her statement more slowly now. If it were other times, I would have said no. But this time around, I am saying yes. The next statement that would have come out of my mouth was, láti ọjọ́ yìí, which means, after all these days. Of course, I didn't say it out. I knew I would have been happier if the yes had come the first day I made my proposal. Notwithstanding, I eventually had somebody say yes to me. Toyin was more than just somebody to me. She was and still is God ordained and God sent to me. Toyin came into my life with a sure word of prophecy from God which states, and I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision. Added to this, the third promise that God gave to me, my last week on the campus in 1988, that seemed as if it will not happen, finally came to pass. Toyin and I got married February 19, 1994, 2 years after we got engaged. To God's glory, we have been together through thick and thin ever since. On the day of our wedding engagement ceremony, my mother broke down and started shedding tears. Tears of joy they were. She said she never knew that a day like this would come when people would gather to celebrate Kola's wedding. The entire experience I had gone through growing up all flooded her heart. The crawling on my chest like a snake, and not ever knowing I would ever become anything in life, talk less of getting married. Do you also have a disability? Then let me tell you this. You need to believe strongly in God and believe in yourself also. You also deserve the best. You also can be married. I'm married to a precious gift in the category of my Toyin. You can be married to a wonderful daughter of the Most High God. You can be a father too. You can also be loved. It's not going to come on a platter of gold. It's not going to come easy as it does for those with no physical challenges. But just as I kept telling myself that I deserved the best and nothing but the best, know that you also need to believe in yourself. The Lord gave me the very best as a wife, and I am eternally grateful to Him. You also need to trust God. You may also want to give your life to Him, and you will have the strength of the Almighty God backing you up in all you do, including every step you take in life. He has made a lot of difference in my life. Do you know what I call living a life? It means being able to hear the voice of your Creator. True living is being able to hear God telling you what to do at every point in time in your life. Having life is God leading and guiding you into taking the right steps and making the right decisions in every vital situation of your life. I call it life in abundance. You may not even have any disability, but if you don't have a relationship with God, you do not have life. Jesus Christ said, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I am come that you might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." That is John chapter 10 verse 10. What you get if you don't have this abundant life is to have the devil kill, steal, and destroy you. On that day at the basketball pitch of the Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, when I made the first choice of asking Jesus to come into my life, I received His abundant life and entered into an intimate relationship with my Creator. Even when I started making wrong career choices, the Lord reordered my steps to fit into where I was supposed and what I was supposed to be doing. At first, I did not know God had a reason for the demography and social statistics I studied. But because I knew Him, it caused everything to work together for my good. He can do it for you also. Through everything I had gone through, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I see the Lord working out His greatness in my life, and I appreciate Him for this. I have no other choice than to commit my whole life to Him more than ever before.